Are you there, God? It's me, Rebecca.
Yes, hello. We are Factutainment. I'm Master 101.
We got sex for bomb. We're here.
And that is Zero. So I really like Undertale and Deltarune.
I have never played either.
Yes. But semi-recently I was made aware of this fun little uh thing called Jaden's Soul Virtues Extractor. Uh which is basically just it's a personality quiz to see which souls that you align with, which virtues of the soul that you align with in like Undertale and stuff. So let us begin. Are we connected? Excellent.
Turn off the music.
Oh yeah, probably.
7 human souls, 7 virtues. God is 7. This monkey's gone down.
Akka was so confused. And each human one shines above the rest.
Yeah.
What?
Aka kind of gives me this a similar energy to if like a child prodigy ended up becoming like the middle manager of something.
Uh-huh. I have a question. Why do you send like the lyrics to stuff like that?
Because my brain is damaged.
Oh. Honestly fair. Now, we may...
Yeah, it's like if a child music prodigy became like an overworked IT middle manager.
Let's see. Souls, Virtues, Extractor. 66 questions, 7 human souls, 7 virtues. This device has been designed to reveal which ones suit you best. Every answer is scored against all 7 virtues at once. Some answers are mostly one thing and a little of another, and some are direct detract from other virtues. There are no right or wrong answers, but being honest about one's flaws should provide more accurate results. Okay, cool. So I'm just making sure. Okay, awesome. Proceed. You often feel like you can't simply be yourself in a group. I would semi-agree to that. Once you decide you want something, talking you out of it is close to impossible. No, I would disagree. Sometimes I talk myself out of something that I want.
Would you say I'm probably neutral on this?
Which
like
one?
I know at times, like the second question.
Oh,
or would I be like, I know I can be hard-headed, but I can also be like, nah, this is a bad idea. We should mulligan.
Yeah, I would say neutral then.
Nah.
Oh, I didn't realize. Sorry, I thought the questions were going to be like mixed up. Okay, so we're both on question 3 then, right?
Yeah.
So you believe that some things only get through to a person once they hurt. Well, you believe that some things only get through to a person once they hurt them.
Sometimes, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
There's some people that no matter how many times you tell them that the stove is hot, they will not believe you until they touch it.
Or or somebody in your life kind of sucks. The fact that you keep letting them hurt you is insane. If someone has something to tell you, you don't get anxious while waiting to know what it is. Gonna be honest, sometimes I get like not extreme, like somewhat anxious when it comes to this, because sometimes
I'd rather you just go ahead.
I will be 100% honest. Sometimes you do this thing where you're like, oh, hey, question, or I have an idea, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? And then I'm waiting like a long ass time for you to like respond, and it's like, oh, did something happen? What's the idea? What's the question? So yeah, either way, I'm still somewhat anxious about it. You tend to avoid doing things that make you uncomfortable. I mean, I try to reach out of my comfort zone, but that is true, so I will say often.
I'll say I rather like when people say like, "Oh, I want to talk to you about something." I'd rather you be like, "Okay, talk to me about it right now."
All right. Be like, hey, I need your opinion on something, and then immediately like state the thing, right?
Yes.
You have a hard time forgiving people. Strong agree. You do what you have to, even when the motivation. No, strong disagree. Well, I mean, you do what you have to, even when the motivation isn't there. I would say slight agree, but like, I get kind of motivated when it's like, how do I put it? Like when it's like an obligation, like work or something. You believe you can be trusted with secrets? I would say so. Number 9, you can tell when things are over. I don't quite know what that means. Like
I
relationships?
struggle with that. Well, that, but also it's like when like you've reached the point of diminishing returns type deal.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I would say I would agree to that. You are often told you have a tendency to pry too much. I would say disagree. Nobody's... When I ask questions, nobody's like, hey, you need to stop asking questions. You believe time heals all wounds. Strong disagree, because I literally said the other time that I have a hard time forgiving people. You could use being more open about the thing that make you, you could use being more open about the things that make you hurt. Yeah, I feel like if I was a little more open about things, I think that would make me feel better. We believe that everyone should be held to the same standard. Agree. You often regret things you said in the heat of the moment. Strong agree. You adjust the way that you act and talk depending on who you are with. Always. You feel uncomfortable talking about your worries to other people, but want others to tell you theirs. I think it's the opposite for me. I want people to like listen to my worries and understand them, but then I like have issues with like listening to how other people feel. You know what I mean?
Somewhat.
So I will say disagree. You believe asking others for help equates to oh yeah, no, strong agree. You would tell a friend that they're in the wrong even if it means hurting their feelings. Yeah. Sans, what are you doing here? Do you think that even the worst people can change? That everybody can be a good person if they just tried? I would say strong agree. I feel like everybody has the capacity to change. When you lose interest in something, you abandon it entirely. Slight disagree, because I'll always come back around to the thing that I like, to the interest, if that makes sense. You need things to resolve quickly, otherwise you get anxious. Strong agree. You enjoy trying out new things that pique your interest, especially if they get you out of your comfort zone. Slight agree? When you know someone is wrong, you can't help but correct them. Rarely. I don't like doing that. Regardless of what other people do, you have your own set of rules you won't break. Strong agree. You often procrastinate until the last possible second before a deadline. Strong agree. You dislike owing people and try to pay back any favors as soon as you can. Strong agree.
We know that's not true.
Oh my god, I don't owe you $40,000. When something you care about fails or ends, it takes you a long time to find something new to care about. Strong agree. You regularly question your identity and try to get to know yourself better. Agree. Ooh, I don't like that secondary. If someone you hold dear asks you for help, you'll see it through to the end, even if that meant hurting yourself in the process. Slight agree. You would turn down an opportunity if you knew someone would be a better fit. Agree. What is ends justify the means, exactly?
The end goal being achieved matters more than the methods used to obtain it.
Ooh. Disagree. You have a hard time believing you're worth the effort it takes to be with you, even if not for convenient. Oh, strong agree. Others say you speak without thinking.
Oh, not at all.
You need to have things planned out before you feel ready to do something. Slight agree. You consider yourself to be driven more by emotions than by facts. Yeah, strong agree. When faced with a difficult choice, you rather ask someone for input than choosing on your own. I would say slight agree. You would like to love yourself the way you are, but you rarely can. Strongly agree. You perform poorly when you can't tell if you're doing well or not. Strong agree.
You say I'm stuck in my ways.
I would say slight agree. I feel like you could change. Like if you had to. You stuck with things long after they stopped being good for you because quitting felt like betrayal. Yeah, no, strong agree. That's kind of how I feel about my job right now. You would rather be hated than having to pretend you're someone else.
What does heat's flamesman mean?
Hang on, how far are you in? I'm on 41.
On 63.
Jesus Christ, I don't know about Flamesman. You rather, when something looks unlikely to work, you would rather put your effort somewhere it will. Strong agree. You believe that solving someone's issue for them would be doing a disservice to them. Slight disagree. If someone says you wouldn't dare do something, you need to prove the strong disagree. They can go fuck themselves. You keep quiet about things that bother you until they become unbearable. Strong agree. You don't mind sitting in silence with someone for a long time. I guess it kind of depends on the situation, but I would say strong, like slight disagree.
Yeah, it would be strong disagree.
Okay.
You have a very strong need to fill the void a lot of the time.
I mean, silence it doesn't make me upset. Silence makes me anxious. You often interrupt people when talking about something that excites you. I agree. You think some of your interests are embarrassing and avoid talking about them in front of people you're not close with. Strong agree. You believe that sugarcoating things can only make them worse in the long term. Agree. Difficult situations hardly stress you out. No, strong disagree. Difficult situations stress the hell out of me. You believe some things are unattainable even if you want them, and that settling for what is acceptable. Slight agree. Being liked matters more to you than being understood. I'm gonna be neutral about that because on one hand, I would love to be liked by multiple people, but then I also need people to understand who I am. Does that make sense? You are comfortable putting your own needs first when they clash with someone else's. I would say slight agree.
Yeah.
You tend to, because, even yet, like, for example, yesterday, I fully had to be like, hey, so my phone died, and I've been given the choice to go out tonight and get my phone situation figured out. Sorry, this takes priority. You tend to endure difficult situations rather than, be the one to end them. Strong agree. You avoid intervening in matters that don't concern you directly. Slight agree? Seeing someone being treated unfairly angers you deeply. Strong agree. You value the journey more than you do the destination. I would say slight agree. Sometimes you can have a lot of fun on a journey, but then the destination is...
But you also bitch about car rides a lot.
Not a whole lot. Okay, let me rephrase that. I think I bitch about riding in a car with you a whole lot because I end up having to be navigator, and then we're talking.
Oh no, I have responsibility.
Okay, cool. I would love. Okay, how often does it happen when we're talking about something and the car and the map is like, oh hey, you need to take this turn up here in a few minutes, and I mention it.
Speaking, not that often because we don't hang out often. Yeah.
In IRL, I know. When someone is struggling, letting them fail. When someone. Willow, could you chill out? Sorry, the cat's kind of jumping all over the place. When someone is struggling, letting them fail and learn from the experience is sometimes for the. No, I don't. Slight disagree. You are more critical of yourself than of others. Strong agree. You would put yourself in harm's way if it meant helping someone you would hold dear. I want to say I would do that. You sometimes think of yourself as better than other people. Strong disagree. I think I'm trash. Others would say that you're closed-minded or stuck in your ways. Strong disagree. I'm not really stuck in any ways. When faced with hardships, your first instinct is to keep going on no matter what. Slight disagree. You usually prefer having difficult conversations once the heat of the moment has passed. Slight disagree? You would happily accept a flattering description of yourself that isn't quite accurate. Yeah, I would agree. You have taken up many things that you haven't seen through to the end. Strong agree.
I got to a point that I'm just gonna wait for you to get to, because it's what the fuck.
Oh, I'm at question 66. Is there more?
It's after that, yeah.
Having done something and failed is still better than having done anything. Yeah, I would strong. Have you answered honestly? Yes. You acknowledge the possibility of pain and seizure. Yes. Wait, there's... Wait, hang on.
That's you accept the possibility of a seizure.
Oh, no, like... I don't think, like, an actual seizure.
I thought it was going to be flashing colors or some shit.
No, hang on. Accepting the possibility of pain and... No, it's a oh, wait. Okay, that's a phrase. That's a quote from Delta Rune. Basically, it's oh wait, hang on. I should share my screen to show you what my results are. No, the quote was basically like...
That's loud. Jesus, that is loud.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I didn't think it was too loud.
Right, let me edit mine real fast.
But yeah, no, I'll finish my my. So yeah, no, it wasn't gonna flashbang you with a seizure procedure. No, that's...
Yeah, but you see why I was thinking that, right? Because it's like pain and seizure, and I'm like, oh, okay.
No. It is just a quote from Deltarune. Like it's basically like, hey, you accept that like bad like you accept the bad things that will happen, correct? Okay.
Oh, okay.
So my soul is kindness. No matter how many times I got hurt, I never let that make me cruel. Let's see, 72% kindness, 58% justice, 44% bravery, 42% perseverance, 33% integrity, 31% determination, and 21% that's the word. 21% is patience. 50% is neutral. Above it, you leaned towards that virtue. Below it, you leaned away. Let's see.
Kindness is not niceness.
Yeah. What is kindness? Not niceness. The latter is pleasant and cheap, only offered by those who are unable or unwilling to tell people what they actually need to hear. Kindness is frequently inconvenient, and it might even hurt at first, but it's aimed at providing the best possible outcome for those who wouldn't be able to help themselves. You are probably the person people tell things to. You often find yourself feeling someone's discomfort and wanting to figure out how to fix things almost out of instinct. The shadow of one's soul. Kindness defends everyone except the person holding it, and we'll call that a virtue. The kind who don't set healthy boundaries more often than not find themselves spent for someone else's sake, even though not everyone might deserve it. It also hides. Kindness is a very comfortable place to put avoidance. An unhealthy kind will often disregard their own needs, being willing to take on the pain for everyone else, as if martyrdom was something to aspire to. Often confused with patience. Patience and kindness have a few things in common. Both trust that time can make things better, but the former concerns itself with time and how it's spent. The latter will alleviating and preventing pain. The patient will often remain near people who might ask for help, but wait for them to make the first move. The kind will simply go ahead and offer their help regardless. Oh, Chris, I think you can share your results and I can click on it and I can read your stuff.
I took a screenshot.
Womp womp. Okay.
I can do it both. We'll do both.
Okay. Because I want to read your stuff as well. Let's see. Your secondary virtue. Your second strongest virtue is justice at 58%. A very strong pair, kindness and justice. Both concern themselves with solving outward issues. If someone needs help, rest assured that the just kind will never leave them to fend for themselves. Of course, they will also not be willing to compromise on how to solve things. Something which, depending on the circumstance, can prove to be either a blessing or a curse.
Okay, I tried it. It doesn't share a link. It just shares like a copy of the image.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, hang on.
Oh, so you can just go through and click them all.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Let's see. Okay, let me swap it over. Let me swap the screen over to yours real fast to look at your screenshot, just to show everybody that you got patience. You got 83 patience, 80% justice, 78% kindness, 77% perseverance, 58% integrity, 53% determination, and 41% bravery.
So the only one I got negative on was bravery.
Yeah.
All
right. Okay, so patience, light blue soul. Even in the chaos of life, I never let wrath guide my next step. What is patience? Patience is a much rarer virtue than people think, because most of what gets called patience is just slowness or avoidance. Patience is the active choice not to force something to happen before its time has come, and to understand the things that cause you pain instead of letting instinct fight them off. It gives you an unusual tolerance for unresolved situations, while other people need to know things immediately. To have this answer as soon as possible, or to say and do things in the heat of the moment, you can hold an open matter for a long time without it eating at you, while you thoroughly think about how to solve the issue. The shadow of patience. Patience can very easily turn into stillness. If the patient fails to find the answer they're looking for, or if they're asked to make a decision before they feel ready, they might decide that it'll be better to not make a decision at all, running from the situation instead of facing it. It can also come at a cost of other people. Let's wait and see is a responsible position to take when you're not the one being harmed in the meantime. And patients can be slow to notice when problems that don't concern them become someone else's, especially when it comes to finding closure. Often confused with perseverance. Both virtues concern themselves with facing hardships, regardless of how long it may take. But where perseverance keeps making keeps moving even when faced with the most difficult circumstances. Patience is willing to stop moving until the circumstances have changed. Sorry, I mentioned my eye. Okay. Let's see. Do we want to go based off of your second highest, which would be justice?
Are you wanting to read through all of them?
No, not all of them. Just your second highest, like what we like. Because I bet you if I go to kindness and check out.
Yeah, what was? Said, were you reading through all of them?
No. I was just gonna read through.
Yeah, what was your second highest?
My second highest was justice as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, your first highest
And
was.
what was your lowest?
My lowest was patience, I believe.
Huh.
Hey, let me go back real fast. Yeah, my lowest was patience. Sorry, my eyes are itchy. Okay, let's go back to souls. Okay. Patience. Your second highest is justice. Thanks to justice's unwavering moral compass, the just patient can figure out the best way to right a wrong, regardless of how long it takes or how difficult it proves to be. It goes without saying, of course, that the ability to bide their time also makes them prone to outburst after waiting too long to bring up something that they perceived as unjust. Okay, well, this was fun. I like these little, like, you know, these little, like, quizzes and stuff. They're my favorite thing to do. But yeah, what do you think? Have you learned anything about Undertale today?
It was made by Toby Fox.
Wait, what was that question about a Hotman?
Oh, that was one of the fucking scales. It was like it went from nothing. It went from disagree to hot man or some shit. I don't know why.
I was not paying attention. But yeah, I have a kind soul and you have a patient soul. I think that makes sense.
Which attributes did you score lowest on?
Which what?
Which attributes did you score lowest on?
Oh, my lowest scoring attributes were integrity, determination, and patience.
Huh. I also scored. I don't think I did good on determination. Well, I got above 50 on determination, but I got you're kind, just, bravery, and I am patience, justice, kindness.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, patience, patient, just, kind. Honestly, you had some pretty high scores. I think, fuck, I don't know what I was gonna say. I think a lot of,
Yeah, because your third highest is a negative.
hang on, let me...
Because 50% is neutral. Below it is you leaned away from it.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, no, so you're... Yeah, no, you lean into justice, kindness, perseverance, just slightly above integrity. Slightly... Yeah, no, your only negative is bravery. Damn. But yeah, any other thoughts? What's your opinion on Undertale?
Undertale, Deltarune, Deltatail, Underrune. Then there's one called Yellow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Undertale Yellow. But yeah, we will see you all next time.